I'd like to try and do today is give myself a challenge. Rather than me just going and taking shots of different things, I'm going to try and aim to get 5 shots that I'm happy with from this one location. Hello and welcome to a next edition of my photography vlog, and today I've returned to a location that I shot earlier the year back in May. So those of you that have been following this channel may recognise this castle behind me. It's Ardtully Castle, and if you haven't seen that episode I'll link to it here. But it's part of a journey that I took along the west coast of Cork and onto Kerry over a weekend, and it was called Unfinished Business, and again the link for that will be up here. So when I recorded that episode it was raining and I couldn't really spend the time that I wanted to do to go explore this beautiful location. And one of the things I had said in that episode was that I'd love to come back here again in the autumn time, because I do feel that the colours here with the mixture of trees and with the river and everything else would lend themselves to some nice shots. And we are right now at the peak of autumn in Ireland, so I said I'd come out today. Light is not ideal, but you know, it's not raining. It's starting to rain, but it's not raining. So I'm going to crack on. I'm going to live optimistically and hope that it doesn't rain, because I think there's a lot for me to explore here. And what I'd like to try and do today is give myself a challenge. Rather than me just going and taking shots of different things, I'm going to try and aim to get 5 shots that I'm happy with from this one location. And that's going to probably be a big ask, because I haven't really explored here before, but just looking at where I'm seeing right now, I do see some nice colours and trees down this direction. So I'm going to go exploring. Hopefully I can get down by the water as well, because as I say, I haven't been here before. But please join me on this voyage of discovery in Ardtully, and let's see how we go, and hopefully I'll be able to get those 5 images and have that challenge successful. So first stop here is actually not that far away from where I recorded the intro to here. So if you look behind me, you can see the Ardtully Castle, and going for quite a simple shot here, to be honest. The water is quite slow flowing, so there's not that fast a movement in it, and where I am, as you can see, is right on the bank of the river, and I'm looking to try and get a simple composition of the shot. So I'm going to set it up that the castle is on the left hand third, and then with the reflection of the castle in the water below that, and then the gorse along the bank as well should add a nice bit of colour into the scene. There is no autumnal colours in this shot, but I do like the way that the castle is being reflected on the water, and again hopefully I'll be able to get a exposure that will be able to capture that reflection. But again, yeah, just a very simple shot. The first one right under my nose, like I say, less than 100 yards from where I would have recorded that. So I'm going to try and get a exposure here. So if we're having a look, yeah, it does seem to be nice. We have got it framed as well as just the branches of this tree here are cropping in and are coming into the image in the top left hand corner, and as I say, you've got the castle as well. So hopefully I'll show you that shot. That's the first shot down, and we'll move on now to try and get shot number 2. So for the second shot, I haven't actually moved from my first position. All I've done is turn 45 degrees, and behind me here you can see there's a nice tree with some autumnal colours on that, and there I am getting a nice bit of light now that's just starting to break through the clouds, so hopefully it will light up this tree behind and make those colours a bit more vibrant. And because the water, as I said a moment ago, is quite flat, I am getting a nice reflection as well. So didn't have to travel far, just pivoted 45 degrees. So I'm going to take the shot here now, and we'll see how this shot will turn out. What I'm going to have to do is try and maneuver my way around here, because there are some items that are going to get in the frame, but because I'm able to go on handheld, I don't have positioning for the feet for the tripod, so that's why I'm going to go handheld, but it allows me then to be able to frame and compose the shot and have a fast enough shutter speed as well to be able to freeze that action and then hopefully get that reflection in the water of the trees. So I'll get a couple of shots here. Do see the light coming, also do see rain coming as well, so I'll get the shot before I miss it, and that'll be shot number 2. Okay, location number 3 now is right next to this weir. So obviously you can see there's moving water coming through the weir and it's quite disruptive on the other side, but here it's quite flat. And I'm looking at this tree here, which has some beautiful autumn colours, and what I'm trying and aim to do is I'm probably going to go for a square crop here, just to be able to accentuate the symmetry of the reflection of the branches, and there's also another tree that's popping out over here as well. So it's giving a nice image in the frame. And again, going to try and probably take a couple of exposures here, to be fair, because even though the light is grey, kind of finding it difficult to get the exposure right, to get it balanced. So I'm probably going to take 2 exposures, one for in here, which is quite dark, and one for above, which has the light as well on it. And then hopefully that will be able to marry up and become one image then later on in post-processing. So that's image number 3, a bit of symmetry, a square crop, and I have to be quick because every time, this is my 3rd time setting the camera up here, and each time it starts to rain. So right now I don't have rain, the water is flat, so I'm going to crack on, get some photos, and hopefully that will be image number 3. Okay, shot 4, and I haven't moved that far since shot 3. All I've done basically is taken a step back now to start including the flow of the weir that you have here in front of me, and I'm going to go for a half a second shot. What I want to try and aim to do is keep the stillness of the water in the background, do get that tree as well and try and get some of the reflection of that, and then have the flow of the water as well coming through in the bottom of the frame. So the idea here is that it should lead the eye up to through the weir, and right up then as well to the colourful tree that you see have here. And also then I'm going to give probably around about an f11 aperture, because I want to be able to get a good depth of field, because I want to see if I can get some of the colours as well on the trees that are further on down here, and not just the colour that's there. So within this shot it's going to give me a viewpoint following the whole way down the river. I'm going to make some adjustments as well, because right now I'm getting the waterfall or the water flow coming through here, but I'm also getting the flow over on this side too, and I think that's kind of slightly distracting. So I want to make sure that I can just get the focus on this here. So I actually might change the crop now that I'm looking at it, or the composition, so that it just focuses in on that tree again, but gives the flow of the water in the front of it also. Okay, that's shot 4. Okay, so the 5th and final shot, and I've set up again now, not far from where I was for shot 4, but I'm looking in a different direction now. I'm looking back down towards the castle, and there are some beautiful trees either side, so I've got some oranges either side, and very interesting rock formations as well here. Hopefully I'll be able to get those out in the shot. I might have to do a slightly longer exposure to get that detail out, because it is quite dark. It has proven quite difficult as well, because the rain has been on and off. So this is my 2nd time now trying to shoot from here. I've already taken my shot, relatively happy with it, but it's raining now, so I'm going to have to end up calling it a day. Hopefully, if the rain does abate, I will be able to get the drone up and get some nice aerial views of the colours that are here, because the colours are actually quite nice. So that's it for my 5-shot challenge, and I hope you enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed sticking to trying to get the 5 shots and thinking in regards to the composition that I have to do. And what made it even more challenging is jumping in and out of the rain showers as well. So hopefully I'll be happy with the 4 images that you've seen before now, and I'll show you the 5th image, and hopefully then some exit scenery or exit video of the drone before I leave. So as always, thanks very much for tuning into the channel. I hope you do enjoy the content. Please do subscribe and hit that bell icon so that you'll know when I'm loading up the next episodes. And until the next time, Slán go fóill.